Newly obtained surveillance video from Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood is now part of the investigation.
This is one of the most perplexing cases we've ever seen. Nancy Guthrie's sudden disappearance has kept everyone guessing, but after months of investigation, we're starting to uncover chilling truths. Was she the victim of a random crime, or was this something far more sinister? Let's dive in, and by the end of this video, you'll understand the full scope of this mystery. Why her? Why this house? Why would someone target a frail 84-year-old woman? After the latest FBI profiler insights, we might have the answers. Nancy Guthrie, a beloved great-grandmother, went missing on February 1st. She was 84 years old with health issues that made her especially vulnerable. Her disappearance has baffled investigators for weeks, and today we're breaking down the theories that are starting to emerge from the profiler's analysis. Was this a crime of opportunity, or was Nancy specifically chosen for a reason? Today, we'll cover both theories being discussed by the experts, and trust me, the truth behind Nancy's disappearance is more chilling than we imagined. Stay tuned until the end as we uncover some shocking new details. First, let's talk about Nancy Guthrie herself. She wasn't just an ordinary 84-year-old woman, she had serious health problems. Nancy's pacemaker was essential to keeping her alive, and she relied on daily medication to stay in good health. She lived alone in a quiet Tucson neighborhood, far from the noise and chaos of the city. But here's where the case gets interesting. Was Nancy taken simply because she was vulnerable, or was it something much darker? Perhaps something connected to her daughter, Savannah Guthrie, a well-known news anchor. The FBI's behavioral profilers are digging deep into both possibilities, and the details they've uncovered will make you question everything you thought you knew about this case. Nancy's vulnerability seems to have made her a prime target, but investigators are also starting to suspect that the attacker may have had more personal motives. Let's explore the two possibilities the FBI is considering. Theory 1. Nancy was targeted because of her daughter. This theory has been strongly pushed by former FBI agent Tracy Walder. She believes that Nancy was not just an easy target, but was specifically targeted because of who she was and who her daughter is. Savannah Guthrie is a familiar face to millions of people, appearing regularly on national television, but she is also surrounded by a team of security experts, making her almost impossible to get to. So, was someone trying to hurt Savannah by going after the one person she loved most, her mother? Walder suggests that this case goes beyond a random burglary. The attacker knew too much about Nancy's routine for it to have been a spur-of-the-moment crime. The level of precision in the attack suggests a deep obsession. As Walder puts it, the victim was too carefully chosen, and that level of specificity points towards someone who had a personal connection to Savannah or to Nancy. But the investigation didn't stop there. Former FBI profiler Greg Rogers also believes that this wasn't just a random act. He reinforces the idea that the attack was planned. He points out that a burglary, by definition, requires an opportunity. But this crime, it wasn't about opportunity. It was about intent. The attacker knew exactly when and how to strike, and that meant it was personal. The more we learn, the clearer it becomes. This wasn't a crime of chance. It was intentional. It was methodical. Theory 2. Nancy was chosen because of her vulnerabilities. Now let's take a look at the second theory. According to former FBI profiler Jim Clemente, the attacker may not have been fixated on Savannah at all. Instead, Nancy's vulnerabilities could have made her an ideal target. At 84, living alone and reliant on a pacemaker, Nancy represented an easy target for someone with malicious motives. And she wasn't just any elderly woman, she was alone, with no one to protect her. Clemente suggests that someone with malicious intent may have been watching Nancy's routine for weeks, perhaps even longer. They could have been a neighbor, a service worker, or even someone who knew Nancy from previous interactions. The idea that someone could have observed her over time, learning about her medication schedule, her vulnerabilities, and the quiet neighborhood she lived in, is chilling. It wasn't just an opportunity, it was premeditated. Someone was biding their time. And this theory raises another terrifying question.
Could Nancy's attacker have been someone who had access to the neighborhood, someone who saw the routine and decided to take advantage? The backpack and forensic clues. Now let's look at the physical evidence. One detail that stands out is the backpack worn by the suspect. The backpack was identified as an Ozark Trail model, exclusive to Walmart. But here's where it gets interesting. Investigators later suggested that the backpack might not have been purchased from Walmart. This opens up the possibility that the backpack was purchased secondhand, perhaps from a yard sale or online marketplace, making it harder to trace. But it's not just the backpack that's drawing attention. The suspect's DNA, which was left behind, could play a pivotal role in solving this case. Forensic experts believe that the saliva left at the crime scene could be run through genetic genealogy databases, just like what led to the arrest of the Golden State Killer. This could be the breakthrough the investigation has been waiting for. And the most chilling piece of evidence? The suspect's tattoo. Investigators are closely examining the footage to identify the tattoo, which could provide a crucial lead. The Zodiac comparison. The FBI profilers are even drawing comparisons between this case and the infamous Zodiac killer. Like the Zodiac, the suspect in this case may be watching the media coverage, hoping for attention. The Zodiac killer sent letters to the media, taunting authorities, and the suspect in this case seems to be doing the same. The offender is likely preoccupied with the media coverage. The final piece of the puzzle. As the investigation continues, the $1.2 million reward is still on the table, and someone out there knows something. Will this new forensic evidence be the key to solving the case? Only time will tell. Before we end, make sure to hit like if you think this case will be solved soon, and don't forget to subscribe to Starlight Stories for more updates.